One of the recent debates for NBA fans has been who has next at the point guard position. As Steph Curry at age 35, he is still fantastic, but at some point in the near future, I would think that overall torch as the best point guard in the world will be passed on to the next generation. And look, these debates are fun to have, but there's been one guy in these debates who's been virtually ignored and not even talked about. And that player, of course, is Ja Morant. And look, last year Ja went through a lot of stuff that was self-inflicted. But as an NBA player on the court when Ja's healthy and focused, this dude is one of the best players in the world, and for point guards I would argue, still top 5 at that position. Ja's numerous controversies on and off the court, they've clouded a lot of fans' judgment about him as an NBA player. As don't forget, before all that happened, NBA fans, experts, were saying Ja was a top 10 player and the second best player under the age of 25, behind Luka Doncic. And look, it was for good reason. In the 22 playoffs, this guy was simply fantastic, averaging 27.1 points, 9.8 assists that ranked first in the postseason, 8.0 boards, 2.0 steals on 44% shooting. And versus Golden State pre-injury was averaging damn near 40 points per game in that series. Ja back then putting up those numbers had net success in the postseason was getting hyped to the moon, which makes it even funnier. Now at age 24, all that hype is dissipated because of a few off-the-court controversies. And I guess Ja's overall career at this point is kind of a case study on media hype. As Ja's overall play from 2022 to 2023, and even now, it's remained steady. The one thing that's changed is the spotlight and fans' perception of Ja as an individual. And again, it's kind of funny how Ja in a very short time period can go from being a future centerpiece of the NBA to now just one of the other star players on a small market team. And if you want to look at the silver lining of Ja being suspended, Memphis without him was so bad. It kind of debunked one of the narratives that Ja Morant isn't a valuable player and a winning player. As Memphis minus Ja for these first 25 games were completely abysmal. As minus Ja were 6-19, the 13th seed, 1-11 at home, dead last in points per game, offensive rating, and field goal percentage. Compared to Ja's team in 2023, when he was playing, they went 40-21, lost 3 games at home the entire season, ranked 8th in points, 15th in offensive rating, and 15th in field goal percentage. And Memphis without Ja, their biggest problem by far, was not having a player who could get his on offense and also find teammates and get others involved. As for Ja, he's one of those unique players. When he gets to the basket, gets to the rim, he demands so much attention. Virtually every time he gets in the paint, good things happen for Memphis and their shooters. As guys like Kennard, Bane, Conchar, Santi Aldama, playing with Ja Morant makes their lives 10 times easier. And if you watch any Memphis games without Ja Morant, which I hope you didn't, but Memphis' overall offense was stagnant, slow, and the ball movement was completely non-existent, compared to with Ja, where it's a complete 180. And speaking of that paint scoring, Ja at the basket and the rim in the restricted area last year in 2023 ranked 3rd among guards at 8.8 points. And the year before that, averaged 10.6, ranked 4th overall in the NBA. Like we saw in Ja's first game back, if he gets in the rhythm, gets in the paint, good things happen for Memphis time and time again. And his overall skill set has the speed of De'Aaron Fox with the hops of Zach LaVine. And if he gets going downhill, he can finish over you, around you, or even through you. And like I briefly mentioned earlier, Memphis' overall pace without Ja Morant was much, much slower. As to this point, they ranked 15th, when last year in 2023, they were top 5 in that category. And if you want to get easy buckets, quick layups, open threes, the fast break is the way to go. And looking at Ja's skill set, once again, like a De'Aaron Fox, like an SGA, in the open court, he's virtually unstoppable. As on fast break points in 2023, he ranked 7th at 6.1 points, and the year before that, 3rd at 6.4. When looking at an above-average NBA offense compared to the worst offense in the NBA, which Memphis was without Ja Morant, getting fast break buckets, wide open threes, dunks, layups, that elevates your team to another stratosphere. And pretty important note, Memphis minus Ja ranked 29th in free throws attempted. Again, no easy points and no easy baskets. Now, speaking of easy baskets, the player on Memphis who had to work 10 times harder on the offensive end is Triple J. And look, Jaren Jackson averaging 21 points, it's all fine and great. But those 20 points were some of the most hard-nosed 20 points you'll ever see. And the overall effort, energy wasted on offense took away tremendously from his defense and what he's best at on the basketball court. So getting Ja back for Memphis makes Triple J's life so much easier on both ends of the court. And like I said earlier, Ja's offensive skill set is what you love from a point guard in 2024. As in the fast break, he's going downhill 24/7, and in the half court, can run the two-man game to a T. As when it comes to pick and roll scoring in 2023, Ja that year ranked 3rd in the NBA behind Trey and Dame at just under 12 points per game. And the year before that, ranked 4th at 11.4. I think Memphis right now has to be the most exciting 13th seed in NBA history. As from here on out, Memphis quite literally is in playoff mode every single game. As grabbing that 10th seed, being 6-7 games back, is going to be extremely difficult. And if Ja gets injured, Jaren Jackson gets injured, those playoff hopes essentially die. So if you're a big Memphis fan, big Ja Morant fan, again, having this guy back is a complete game changer. And hopefully, Memphis once again can make the playoffs and make some noise in the play-in tournament. As always, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.